sniper sits high in the sky.
A 15-12 record isn't normally something to shout about, especially for a program like USI Baseball. However, given where the valley was that the Screaming Eagles started in, it's soaring to new altitude.
I expected this from us earlier. What I didn't expect was how we played early in the season.
In his 10th season as bench boss, Southern Indiana head baseball coach Tracy Archuleta has seen College World Series and national titles. What he hadn't seen was a 4-11 start, which appeared to bury these Screaming Eagles before they even took flight.
We were really just lacking in confidence, and that's no fun when you're playing baseball tight. When we were losing, I think we just kept trying harder and harder to win, and that's not the correct way to go about it.
We were pressing for sure because we knew what we had on the team, but once we started figuring some things out, it started taking care of itself.
Adding to the pressure was the history of USI Baseball. 13 NCAA tournament appearances, 5 College World Series appearances, and a pair of national titles.
You guys know the expectations. They understand, what the alumni and the community expects year in and year out. And I'm sure they're getting some messages on their iPhone saying, hey, get it in gear, let's go.
I came here knowing that this was a winning program, and I hope every single guy out there as well thinks that. So, I just don't want to have a losing season, of course, but I came out here to win.
When we were struggling, we actually had a talk about the tradition of USI Baseball, and then we started picking it up. It drives you. You don't want to be the first team at USI that lets down the tradition, so that's a driving force for sure.
With strong starting pitching led by Garrett Welch and Jacob Bowles, as well as a bullpen that had carried the team through the early part of the season, the problem was at the plate. A question mark that has become an exclamation point.
The offense is definitely on its way up from the beginning of the year. I think we're doing a better job early in count. We're getting more guys to be productive in their roles and understanding their roles, and I think that's been the biggest change for us here late in the season.
Our lineup just started clicking. 1 through 9, guys on the top of the order were getting on base and driving in runs. Guys at the bottom of the order were doing the same thing, and then the guys in the middle, Manny and Michael and Adam Wilderman, just really started hitting really well.
And who can argue with the results? The Screaming Eagles have won 11 of their last 13 games and have the 3rd highest conference win total in the GLVC. So is this team peaking at just the right time?
Oh, no, not peaking at all.
No.
We have a lot more to do.
We have 4 burners, and they're spread throughout the lineup, and in between each burner we got some big boys that can put the ball in some gaps, and that's scary when everybody's clicking. That's a recipe for disaster for pitchers.
In my 4 or 5 years here, I think our lineup and our pitching staff is as deep as it's ever been. And I really believe that we can go as far as we really set our minds to.